Before the weekly analysis begins, I just want to let you know that I do have a Patreon page. We have two tiers available. The first tier is called Start Off for £15 a month, and what you will receive is access to a Discord server containing the beginners, intermediate, and advanced course, risk management course for Elliot Wave trading, as well as financial literacy content. This tier is also for those who want to learn at their own pace and generally just support what I do and just join a community of like-minded traders. The second tier that I have is called the Waveologist for £35 a month, and what you receive is everything that I mentioned above with the addition of specific chart requests for me to annotate on a daily and weekly time frame, and one-to-one support or group sessions depending on how many people have subscribed to this tier. The group or one-to-one sessions are for those people who want a little bit of extra help with their Elliot Wave education, and also give the opportunity to ask me as many questions. Please do keep in mind that these are going to be 1 hour sessions depending on how many people have subscribed, and also I would say please do consider joining. It is really good value for money, and without further ado, let's get into the analysis. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back, guys. This is going to be my Elliot Wave count for pound yen, pound dollar, and gold. But first of all, any views or opinions or suggestions that are expressed in this video do not constitute to trading or financial advice. So let's get started here on pound yen. Here's my annotation. So obviously from last week, from my previous analysis, I did say that we're going to eventually see these highs being taken, and we've basically had that sort of huge movement up towards the upside. And we've been on this sort of wave 5 sort of journey, and it looks like it's coming to an end soon, before we start to see a drop eventually come in. With this pair, in terms of what we currently see, obviously this is on the 4 hour time frame. So we have simply a wave 1, a wave 2, and then we're going to get 5 waves again for wave 3, 1, 2, and then we are getting that 3 wave to eventually finish up, getting a small corrective 4th wave for this 1, 2, or so essentially wave 4 of wave 3, and then we get wave 5 of wave 3, and then wave 3 of wave 5 in the higher degree is complete, and then we'll get a deeper correction coming back down as a wave 4. We could possibly see it eventually hit around this sort of channel, before we then get to see another push to the upside, giving us a 5th and final leg before we start to see more downside eventually come in. With this pair, although being it, as it is still currently impulsive to the upside, we are on the 5th wave. Okay, so just be, if you're going to be trading this pair and you're looking to sort of get in involved in this, just be aware of this correction that happens and the overall bigger correction that happens once this entire impulsive 5th wave completes. But overall, this pair for me, I'll say for the next week ahead, we're going to see some upside coming in, and eventually one more push to the downside, maybe towards the end of the week or something like that, or it could be even before that, and then we'll see one more push up, final push upside, and then that'll complete this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the higher degree. And then we're going to see what happens once that 5th wave completes. Are we then going to get a huge sell coming back down? But we just got to see. Here's gold. So obviously gold, I mentioned to you guys on my previous video that we're going to get a 1, 2, 3 down, eventually take this bottom, and we did, and we had another impulsive move coming back up. I did say on my short that this could possibly be a triangle, and it kind of did play out to the downside, but it's not the way I wanted it. I did sort of take this trade to the downside, but I did get stop out at break even, as it's currently following my original analysis. So I'm going to stick with that, and what that basically means is that this wave 4 of this impulsive move is still intact, and we are essentially still in that wave 4. With that being said, what we're going to see is essentially maybe one more move up to the upside, maybe coming towards these highs, or even taking it out, or just shy from this high, and then we should start to see the market just drop, and that will give us a sort of a 5th wave push to the downside. So overall, we are in this wave 4. Let this wave 4 play out. You don't want to enter any trades as of yet. And once we got confirmation, price action confirmation in particular, that this wave 4 is complete, we could then eventually see this market pushing down for one more push impulsively to the downside. So in terms of the short term, one more push up, and then we'll see another huge reversal to the downside. This market is bearish, so yeah, I wouldn't be looking to buy this market, but look to sell it. So let's go on to pound yen. Here are my annotations. So I did say pound yen, we're going to still continue going up upside. I did say that we're going to get that wave 4, but it seems like to me that we're getting an extremely long wave 5. That's fine as well. essentially what we're getting probably is maybe a possible 61.8% rejection of this entire, not 61.8% rejection. Just reload it. Just give me a sec, guys. Here we go. We could possibly see this market essentially coming towards the 2.618% level. Um, and that's fine. It doesn't have to go there, but we could see that sort of wave, that being it, the wave three. Um, and then we could essentially see, well, the market eventually just fall back for another wave four correction, if that makes sense. So, you know, this could either be a wave one, two, three, four, five, and we're already complete that wave five. What we're essentially going to be getting now is a fall down to the sort of a move to the downside in a corrected manner to give us our wave four before we then head up one more time for the upside to give us our fifth leg, and that'll complete the overall higher degree 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulsive count. With that being said, we could potentially see after this a huge drop to the downside on this pair. So just be a bit careful. There will be a drop coming in, but I wouldn't anticipate to be the main drop. I would expect this to be the wave four drop. Then we get one more push up, and all those guys that have sold like here, expecting this to be the major drop, they're gonna end up losing. So I would say wave four is gonna come in, let this wave four play out, or if it does move extremely impulsively to the downside, then we can obviously reanalyze the market again and see where that wave four is. But all in all, to me, this looks like a simple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're getting a wave three, we get a wave four down correctively, one more push up, wave five, and then we get one that huge downs that come after this completion. All in all, I would say for this week, just be a bit careful because I am anticipating a wave 4 to eventually come in, a deeper correction, just like this wave 2 right here. So just be a bit careful. Let it do its thing. I wouldn't advise trading the wave 4. I don't trade the wave 4, but my overall sort of play or game plan for this pair for this week is just to lay off it and let this sort of correction just happen. So it could be, it could be a couple weeks for this correction to play out. But all in all, just be a bit careful, and this wave fall could possibly start to come in. I hope you guys do like my analysis. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe. I do have a Patreon for all those people that are interested in mentorship. You guys will have access to my private Discord. And yeah, I'll see you guys on to the next one. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.